All right, this section on circles and parabolas is probably it will be the hardest thing that you're going to do in this course. We're going to kind of slow down a little bit, take it easy. The rest of the semester shouldn't be too bad. It'll be mostly review stuff. This is material that you may or may not have seen, depending, like I said, on how far you've got into the content in your Algebra 2 class. So, based off the video I showed you the other day, hopefully you watched it when I talked about the introduction to circles. I did a couple videos on circles and a video on parabolas. So we're going to look at these. I'll probably only do 3 at a time because it'll take a while to kind of discuss these. I want to make sure you understand this because this is going to come in handy later. All right, so we're looking at the first one. These first few are not too bad. If we remember correctly, I showed you the formula for the standard equation of a circle. X minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals radius squared. Okay, so that's your basic one, where remember h and k is your center and r is your radius. Okay, so if they give me my center is -7, 13, all I'm doing is plugging in -7 here and 13 there. So x minus -7 squared plus y minus 13 squared equals, now my radius they showed me over here was 9, so 9 squared. Okay, everybody good so far? All I did was plug in -7 and 13 for h and k. All right, now minus a negative becomes a positive, right? X plus 7 squared, so y minus 13 squared, and 9 squared is 81. Okay, so now if I look at that, now let's look at our answers. What one says x plus 7 squared plus y minus 13 squared equals 81. If I look through, it's not A because it says, or not B because it says x minus 7, right? And it can't be C and it can't be D. All right, so it's either A or E, and then am I equal to 9 or 81? I'm equal to 81. So my answer on number 1 should be E. Okay, does that make sense? All right, number 2. It says, what are the coordinates of the center of the circle with the radius of 1 and whose equation is x squared plus 10x plus y squared minus 8y plus 40 equals 0. Okay, let me show you a shortcut on this. This is super easy. If all they want to know is the center and it looks kind of crazy like this, I'm going to take the number that's with just the x, in this case 10. I'm going to divide it by 2 and I'm going to get it 5, and I'm going to change its sign. I'm going to make it -5. Okay, so that's my x coordinate. So if I look over here, I can rule out h, j, and k just by doing that one little step, right? All right, now I'm going to look at the number in front of y, which is -8, and I'm going to divide it by 2, which is -4, but I'm going to change its sign, so +4. So my answer is G. Now, the reason I changed my sign is because technically this would be x plus 5, right? Equals 0. And then I'd solve and get x equals -5. Okay, so that's why I changed the sign. I just wanted to kind of explain why you change the sign, not just, well, because Miss Miller said to change the sign. So does that make sense? Take the number in front of the x, not the x squared, in front of the x, divide by 2, change its sign. Take the number in front of y, divide by 2, change its sign, and there's your answer. That'll be your center, okay? All right, moving on down. All right, which of the following equations represents a circle in the standard coordinate plane with its center at -5, 6 and a radius of 3? This is just like number 1. Okay, so remember, I plug this in for my h, and minus a negative will become a +5. So if I look at my answer choices, now I know it can't be A, it can't be B, and it can't be D. So now it's either C or E, right? Then I take 6 and plug it in, so that'd be -6. I still didn't rule anything out, and a radius of 3. So 3 squared is 9. So my answer is C. Okay. So 1 E, 2 G, and 3 C. I'll give you a minute to kind of think back through all that. I'm going to go ahead and pause the video.